Hey everyone and welcome to this Maharashtra board session. In this session, we are going to solve the entire sample paper of your maths 1, that is algebra. So let us begin straight away and let us try to understand the paper pattern as well. So this is the sample paper for Maharashtra board of 2024-25, and if you see question 1A, so your very first question, that is question 1A, will contain 4 MCQs, right? 4 multiple choice types of questions, each carrying 1 mark. So this is a 4 marks panel, right? So let us see what type of questions are generally asked here. Okay, so the first question says 2x plus y is equal to 5 and 5x minus 2y is equal to minus 1 are two linear equations given. We are supposed to solve these linear equations using elimination method and find the values of x and y. Very simple. You know how to solve equations with the help of elimination method, right? You try to make the variable and their coefficient same. So here if you have minus 2, you try to make this as 2, right? And then you can add them. You can cancel y to get the value of x. So let us see the solution as well. And of course 4 options are given because this is multiple choice questions, right? Okay. So 2x plus y is equal to 5 is the first equation, and then 3x minus 2y is equal to minus 1 is the second equation. So now what you can do is you can multiply the first equation by 2, right? You can multiply this first equation by 2. So here you will get 2 into 2, that is 4, 2 into 1 is 2, 5 into 2 is 10, that is your equation 3. Now what you will do, you will add equation 3 and equation 2. Let us do that. So once you add equation 3 and equation 2, by the way this is 5x. So let me change this to 5x. Okay, and then this gets cancelled, and 4x plus 5x is 9x, 9x is equal to 9, and then you're going to get the value of x as 1, right? And once you get the value of x as 1, all you need to do is substitute the value of x now in any of the equations. So say for example, if I put the value of x as 1 over here, right, in equation 1, so I get 2 into 1 plus y is equal to 5, 2 ones are 2, 2 plus y is equal to 5, take 2 on the other side, y is equal to 5 minus 2, 5 minus 2 is 3. So what is the correct answer? Y is 3, correct? And x is how much? X is 1. X is 1, y is 3. Let us see the options. X is 1, y is 3. So option C is the correct option. Easy. Elimination method. I'm very sure you know how to solve this. This is from the chapter pair of linear equations and two variables. Easy. Okay. Let's continue further. So we have the next question, that is the factors of the quadratic equation. Isn't this a simple question? We are supposed to find out the factors of the quadratic equation x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. And 4 options are already given to us. Correct? Okay, let us take the quadratic equation first. Let us split the middle term. See, the end number is positive, end number as in the last term you can say is positive. The middle term is negative. So whenever the middle term is negative and the last term is positive, you can split the middle term, right, as two negative terms, minus 3, minus 2. Correct? So minus 3x, minus 2x. Easy. Now from here, you take something common, that is x. From here, you take minus 2 common and solve it further. So this becomes x minus 3. This becomes 2 common, x minus 3. Actually, minus 2 is common, x minus 3. So you get x minus 3, x minus 2. You're going to get two positive values of x. X will become positive 3 or x will become positive 2. Correct? So 3 or 2. So where is 3 or 2? Here. Option A. Simple basic quadratic equation, splitting the middle term. You already know how to do this, right? Okay, next question. So it says the first term A and common difference D are given. The first term is given, the common difference is given. We are supposed to find out the next 4 terms. This is arithmetic progression, right? So A is given, D is given. We are supposed to find out the next 4 terms. So let us see the options. The options are already given to us. But let's not worry about the options. Once we know the concept, we can apply the concept and find out the answer. That is a better way of doing it, right? Rather than relying on the options. So let us see what is given. A is given, D is given. First term is minus 3. How do we find out the second term? Second term is A plus D, right? A plus D. You can also write it down systematically, A plus D. So A plus D is minus 3 plus 6, that is 3. Third term is what? Second term plus D, right? So this is the second term. You add d to it, that is 3 plus 6, that is 9. And then fourth term is nothing but you add again d to this, but what is d? D remains constant 6, so 9 plus 6 is 15, and then you again add d to it, right? And that gives you 21. So you keep on adding d to the consecutive terms and you get the AP, right? So that is 3, 9, 15, 21. So 3, 9, 3, 9, 15, 21. So 3, 9, 15, 21. The options are a bit incorrect. So I hope you are understanding what is the answer here. 3 is there, 9 is there, 15 is there, and 21 is there. So if I just change one of the options, 15 and 21, I can say option B is the correct option, right? Okay, perfect. So anyways, we are not relying on the options. We know the concept, we'll apply it here. Perfect. Okay. The next question says, this is based on GST, right? That is financial planning. A simple question. So a shopkeeper sells an item to the consumer for taxable value of rupees 3,600 and GST charged is 6%. What is the amount of CGST? I hope you remember what is CGST, right? That is Central Goods and Service Tax. And what is SGST? That is State Goods and Service Tax. Always remember, whenever you have a question based on GST, GST is split into two equal parts, that is CGST and SGST. And always remember, CGST and SGST is equal. So suppose you have 100 rupees as the GST, then the central government is going to take 50 rupees, the state government is going to take 50 rupees. So now we will find out the GST first, right? We'll find out the GST first and then we will find out CGST and SGST. So rate of GST is 6%, find out 6%, or else you can separate it, 3%. Okay, 3% is CGST, 3% is SGST. You can do that as well. So CGST will be what? 3% of 3,600, 0, 0, 0, 0, cancel. 36 3s are 108. Anyways, once you calculate CGST, you don't need to calculate SGST because both of them are equal only. So that is also 108. Correct? That's it. So 108 is the correct answer. I hope this is clear to all of you. Simple questions, isn't it? One marker. Options are given. If you are able to solve it fast, definitely make sure that you solve it quickly. No need to worry there. No need to show ample of steps. Correct? Because it is a one marker. Okay. Now again, now question 1b, it will contain 4 questions and again the marks will be 1, but this is not an MCQ question, right? So this will be straightforward questions, very simple questions again, provided you know the concepts, applied directly. So what is the question? The question is on probability, one of our favorite chapters, right? So it says there are 5 white balls, 4 green balls and 7 orange balls. 5 white, 4 green, 7 orange. If a ball is drawn randomly, then find out the probability that it is a green ball. Now see, how many green balls are there? Can I say there are 4 green balls? So if there is some event, you can call it as event A or event E depending on the question. How many total balls are there? So see, number of favorable events are 4 or number of favorable outcomes you can say are 4. What are the total number of outcomes? 5 plus 4 plus 7. 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 plus 7 is 16. Now you know how to find out the probability. Number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. That is 4 by 16. And 4 by 16 is nothing but always write down the answer in the reduced form. If you are able to reduce it, please do that and cancel. Correct? So 1 by 4 is the final answer. Easy. Okay, let's continue further. So the second question says, the following frequency distribution table shows the classification of the number of vehicles and the volume of petrol filled in them. It shows the number of vehicles and the volume of petrol filled in them. Find the mean of the volume. So we need to see the data, of course. So here's the data. So this is the petrol filled in liters. So 1 to 5 liters. How many vehicles are filling the petrol from 1 to 5 liters? 25 vehicles. Then from 5 to 9 liters, 18. 9 to 13 is 36. 13 to 17 is 24 and so on. So this data is given. We're supposed to find out the mean, right? Okay. So let us do that. So how do we find out the mean? See, the first two columns remain as it is. This and this. We'll write down vertically as it is. Then we'll find out the class mark. How do we find out the class mark? Lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So 3 is the first class mark. Then 5 plus 9 divided by 2. 5 plus 9 is 14. 14 divided by 2 is 7. And so on. So you can find out the class mark easily. Correct? First column as it is. Second column as it is. Class mark not as it is, like this. So 17 plus 21 by 2, 19. Then what you will do? You will find out the product of the frequency and the class mark. Product means multiplication. So 25 into 3, 75. 18 7 is 126. 36 into 11, 396. 24 into 15, 360. 16 into 19, 304. Then you will add this. What is the meaning of addition? Addition means summation. So you will do summation fx. And here what you have is summation f. This is the addition of frequency. This is the addition of fx. Now you know how to find out the mean, right? The formula for mean is given. If you want to write it down specifically, write down mean x bar. This is the formula. Please make a note. Summation fx by summation f. This is the way to write down the mean as well. Correct? So summation fx means what? Addition of all the fx values, that is 1 to 61. Summation f is what? Addition of all the values of f. Divide them, you get the answer. That's it. So 10.6 is the approximate value. You can write it up to 1 decimal or up to 2 decimals. Ideally, make sure that you write it down up to 2 decimals. If that is getting divided further and you're getting recurring something like that, write it up to 2 decimal places. Okay. Perfect. So now the question says, solve these linear equations using, please read the question carefully. This is substitution method, not elimination method. So generally we have the habit of solving problems based on linear equations by elimination method. But if they are saying substitution method, you have to do it by substitution method. So let us take the first equation. Let us take the second equation. This is substitution method. Pick up the easy equation. Which is the easiest equation? Can I say the second equation is the easiest equation? To have x on one side and y on the other side, that is much easy. Take 3y on the other side. Now you get x is equal to 6 minus 3y. So put it directly here. If you have picked the second equation, put the value of x in the first equation. If we pick the first equation, then put the value of x in the second equation. Don't put it again here. You're not going to get anything there. You'll get 0 is equal to 0 in that case. Okay. So put it there. So 3 into 6 minus 3y minus 4y is equal to 5. Then multiply inside. 3 6 is 18. 3 into minus 3 is minus 9, minus 4y is equal to 5. So minus 9y minus 4y is minus 13y, right? And then you solve that further. I don't think I need to tell you this because this is basic arithmetic, right? This gets cancelled, or you can divide by minus 13. Y is equal to 1 basically. You get y is equal to 1. Now once you get y is equal to 1, you can put it here. If you like the first equation, you can put it in the first equation as well. That doesn't really matter. So if you put it there, you get x plus 3 into 1 is equal to 6. So x plus 3 is equal to 6. So x is equal to 3. Correct? So x is 3, y is 1. I hope this is clear to you. Perfect then. Let's continue. If there are 15 cubes numbered from 1 to 15, then find the probability of picking out an odd numbered cube, correct? Okay, so here, how many cubes are there? 15. They're numbered from 1 to 15. We are supposed to find the probability of picking an odd numbered cube. Now from 1 to 15, how many odd numbers are there? Obviously n of s will be 15. Odd number will be 1, 3, 5, 7. So let us just write it down, right? So E is an event of picking out an odd number. So can I say in event E, I'll have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. So n of E is 8. So can I say probability of E is equal to 8 by 15? Correct? And that's it, that is your answer. So you don't have to do anything here. Directly you can do this. 15 numbers are there. How many odd numbers are there? 8 odd numbers are there. So the probability of getting an odd number would be 8 by 15. Simple as that. Okay. Now this is very important. This is an activity based question. So question 2a, it contains 3 activity type questions, each carrying 2 marks. So activity based means there will be some boxes and you'll be supposed to fill those boxes, right? So let me show the entire calculation for you. Okay, so in this particular page, this is what we have. So what they will give you is, they'll give you the entire solution. You're just supposed to fill in the boxes correctly. So here solve the quadratic equation by factorization method and find the nature of roots. See, we are also supposed to find out the nature of roots. If you remember, nature of roots, b square minus 4ac greater than 0, b square minus 4ac less than 0, b square minus 4ac equal to 0. This is, the roots are real and unequal. This is unreal roots, or roots does not exist. And this is real and equal. Correct? Now what do we have? We have minus 2x square plus 13x minus 20. So what do we have? We have minus 2x square plus 13x minus 20 is equal to 0. Correct? So if I multiply minus 2 and minus 20, can I say it will be positive 40? Similarly, what is the middle term? Middle term is 13x. So can I say 8 plus 5 is 13 and 8 into 5 is 40. So this is plus 8 plus 5. So in the second step, we are supposed to do what? We are supposed to split it as 8 plus 5. So here in this box, you will write down 8x plus 5x, right? So once you get 8x plus 5x in the second box, now you have 2x square plus 8x plus 5x, right? So 2x square is there and 8x is there. You can take 2x common and then you get minus x plus 4, right? You get minus x plus 4, and then if you take minus 5 common, so you're going to take minus 5 common from what? From these two terms. I hope this is clear. If you take minus 5 common, you get 2x minus 5, right? Here is there, and you get minus x plus 4 again. Because if you see, if you take minus 5 common, this becomes minus x and this becomes positive 4, because minus 5 into positive 4 is minus 20 and minus 5 into minus x is plus 5x. So in one bracket you have minus x plus 4. In the second bracket you have 2x minus 5. You have 2x minus 5, right? So you get two brackets, 2x minus 5 is equal to 0, minus x plus 4 is equal to 0, and that's it. The value of x will be equal to, this gets cancelled, 4, or the value of x will be equal to 5 by 2. If you want to see the entire solution, you can have a look at this. Here we split 8 plus 5, 8 plus 5. Then you take 2x common. You take 2x common. This is minus x plus 4. From here, you take minus 5 common. You get minus x plus 4. Then again you have minus x plus 4. And then 2x minus 5 is equal to 0. Then these two brackets equal to 0. You get the value of x as 4 or the value of x as 5 by 2. You can see. 4 or 5 by 2. Correct? Actually, they made it very complicated. I'll tell you one thing. If they don't ask you this question in activity, never keep negative as A. Whenever you see negative, I am talking about if they don't ask you this question in activity. They don't keep this as minus. You change the signs and make it as 2x square minus 13x plus 20 is equal to 0. Minus becomes plus, plus becomes minus, minus becomes plus. This is how you should solve it. Okay, that becomes easy. Okay, so the next question says, in an AP series, the 8th term is 32. 8th term. That means, can I say A8 is 32? The sum of the 3rd and 6th terms is 36. Sum of the 3rd and 6th. 3rd plus 6th is 36. Find the 10th term. 10th term means A10. So this is given and this is what we are supposed to find out. So A10 is question mark. Okay. So what is given? It is given that 8th term is 32. A8 is 32. So A8 is equal to what? A plus 8 minus 1 into D. That is A plus 7D. Okay, so this is an activity based question. So this becomes A plus 7D, right? I'm writing it here because this is A and this is 8 minus 1. So A plus 7D goes inside this box. The sum of the 3rd and 6th terms is 36. So A3 plus A6 is 36. A3 is what? A plus 3 minus 1 into D. A6 is what? A plus 6 minus 1 into D. That is A plus 2D plus A plus 5D. Okay. Now solve this carefully. A plus A, 2A, 2D plus 5D, 7D. This goes inside this box. Now once we subtract the two equations, that is 2A plus 7D is equal to 36, you can also use your common sense. See here. This is already given, right? So since this is given, obviously this bracket has to be 2A plus 7D is equal to 36. Correct? And A plus 7D is equal to 32 is already given behind. Now you can subtract them. So this 70 gets cancelled, right? And obviously the signs also change. So 2A minus A is A. 2A minus A is A. 36 minus 32 is 4. A is 4. Now equation 1. Where is equation 1? This was your equation 1. You put the value of A as 4 here. So 4 plus 7D is equal to 32. Take 4 on the other side. 7D is equal to 28. So D will be what? 28 divided by 7. How much? 4. So D is also 4. A is 4, D is 4. Still the question is not done because we are supposed to find out the 10th term here. So what will be the 10th term? 10th term is A10. A10 is what? A plus 10 minus 1 into D. See, basically A10 will be A plus 10 minus 1 into D. But we have already solved that A is 4 and D is 4. That is why you can see 4 and 4 here. 9 4s are 36. Directly they are asking the answer. This is 9. 9 4s are 36. 36 plus 4 is 40. That's it. A10 is 40. I hope this is clear to all of you. Easy, simple, perfect. Let's continue. Okay, so this is the entire solution. You can have a look. We got the first equation, correct? Then this was anyways given. Then we got the second equation. Then we subtracted, if you remember. This got cancelled after subtraction. We got A. We put A here. We got D. Correct? And once we got A and D, then again we found out the 10th term. You know this, 40. Clear, easy, simple. This contains 3 activity based questions. So here is the third one. And the third one is based on financial planning. Let us see the question. Easy question again. So Sujit bought a mechanized desk having taxable value of rupees 12,000 and sold it to the consumer for the taxable value of 15,000. So he purchased a desk which had the taxable value of 12,000 rupees and then he sold it to the consumer for the taxable value of rupees 15,000. The rate of GST is 18%. Find the CGST and GST paid by Sujit. Now understand, we're supposed to find out the CGST and SGST that he paid. Okay. So firstly, we need to focus on at what price he bought the particular item. You can see that Sujit bought a mechanized desk having taxable value of rupees 12,000. So can I say the input tax here is going to be 18 by 100, that is 18% of 12,000, right? 18% of 12,000. They're expecting us to write down the actual answer as well. So this 0, 0, 0, 0 gets cancelled. 18 into 12 is 216 and this becomes 216 and then 10. So this is the GST, that is the input tax, right? Now he sold a mechanized desk having taxable value of rupees 15,000. So what will be the output tax? The output tax is going to be 18 by 100 into 15,000. So this 0, 0 is going to get cancelled. 18 into 15 is 270. 270. But we have one more 0. So understand, this is rupees 2,700. This is rupees. Anyways, rupees is written there. Inside the box you have to write down 2160 and 2700. Now what is the formula? We know that the GST payable. See again, if you use your common sense, the two values they have given already. So be very smart children. See, write down here, right, output tax and input tax. So what is the GST payable by Sujit? Output tax minus input tax. We already know the formula. Formula is not written, but remember GST payable is output tax minus input tax, 2,700 minus 2,160, and that gives you how much? 540? Yes, rupees 540. That's it. And I've got the answer. So you can see such an easy question for 2 marks. So now the question says CGST and SGST, and you know that once you get the GST, you can easily split it into CGST and SGST just by splitting it equally and dividing by 2. So 540 divided by 2 is 270, and then SGST is again, we don't have to use any calculation here, directly we'll get 270. So here is the solution. He bought it for 12,000, so the input tax is 2,160. He sold it for 15,000, so the output tax is 2,700. Then the GST payable is output tax minus input tax, that is 2,700 minus 2,160, that is 540. 540 is the GST. And then once you get the GST, you can easily find out CGST, which is half of it, 270. You can find out SGST, which is again half of it, that is 270 rupees. Easy. Okay. Now let's tackle question 2b, which contains 2 marks. But these are important because there are 5 questions here. That means the weightage of this particular section, question 2b, is 10 marks. Clear? Okay. Let us see the question. So the first question says, a box contains 30 tickets bearing only one number from 1 to 30. There are 30 tickets and unique tickets 1, 2, 3, 4, like that 30. Because they are saying bearing only one number, so the numbers are not repeating. Okay. If one ticket is drawn at random, find the probability of an event that the ticket drawn at random has an even number, a multiple of 3. So 2 questions are asked, 1 mark each. So box contains how many tickets? 30 tickets. So can I say the total number, that is n of s, number of elements in the sample space are 30. Now there is an event of getting an even number. So let A be an event of getting an even number. So from 1 to 30, how many even numbers are there? these many even numbers are there. If you don't want to write it and if you use your logic, you can clearly see that there are 30 numbers, so obviously half of them will be even. So 30 divided by 2 is 15. So 15 numbers are even numbers. What will be the probability of getting an even number? That's it, n of a by n of s. So probability of event A is 15 by 30, that is half. We got the first answer. 1 by 2 is the answer to this. Now a multiple of 3. When I say multiple of 3, just recite the table of 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 27, 24, 30. So this is there. How many? 10 numbers. So what will be the probability? If we have taken this as event B, this will be n of B. What will be probability of event B? Probability of event B will be 10 by 30. That is 1 by 3. So that's it. We got the second answer as well. I don't think there was anything much in this. They can ask you any random question, multiple of 3, multiple of 5, numbers divisible by, say, numbers divisible by 2. That is again even. Maybe prime numbers they can ask you, prime numbers from 1 to 30. So these are basic questions that they can ask, right? Okay, let's continue with the next question. It says, the table shows the distance traveled by number of cabs for a business. Find the median of the distance traveled. That is the middlemost value we are supposed to find out. So distance traveled up to 120 to 130 kilometer. I'm assuming that as kilometers. It is not given. 120 to 130 watt. Distance is there, but let's consider kilometers. And then how many cabs? 6 cabs, 12 cabs, 5 cabs, 7 cabs, and 10 cabs. So how do we do that? So firstly, what are we going to do? We are going to write down this in the first column and this in the second column. Then very important, very important, we are going to find out the cumulative frequency. And how do we find out the cumulative frequency? We find out the cumulative frequency by starting the first number as it is, then keep on adding. 6 plus 12 is 18. See, like this, 6 plus 12 is 18, 18 plus 5 is 23, 23 plus 7 is 30, and 30 plus 10 is 40. That's how you find out the cumulative frequency. Once you have the cumulative frequency, the last value that you get over here, that is your n, that is your total. Then you do n by 2, right? Okay, so we already have it here. Then we do n by 2. N by 2 is 20, right? So which is the value slightly closer to 20? Can I say it is 18? In the cumulative frequency column. Cumulative frequency is slightly less than 20. It is over here, correct? So 28 data is the approximate median, right? Okay. So already what do you have? You have n by 2 which is 20. So can I say this 20 is slightly greater than 18, right? Greater than 18, right? 20 is slightly greater than 18. So the corresponding class over here, that is called as the median class. That is called as the median class, correct? The corresponding frequency is the frequency and the previous frequency is taken as the cumulative frequency. So you take the previous one as the CF. Okay, so let us see what we get. So this is what we have. So median class is 130 to 140. So cumulative frequency of the median class is 18. So this is L plus n by 2 minus CF by F into H. But if you see, cumulative frequency of the median class is 18. But while substituting here, please listen to me very carefully. When we substitute CF here, we take preceding. Preceding means previous. So that is L. L is lower limit. N by 2. N by 2 is 20. See the CF. CF we did not take 18. I'll tell you. CF we took the previous one. Here most of the children make their mistake. We have to take the previous CF, not the current CF. Okay, so let us put it there. So previous CF is 6. Frequency you take the same. So frequency will take this only. Correct? And then put the values. Solve it. You know how to solve this now. So basic math. So 140 divided by 12, 7 multiplied by 5 by 6, that is 42 by 6. And this is recurring, of course. Correct? 35 by 6, not 42 by 6. And you get 141.66 as the median. That means what? There are so many cabs and 141.66 kilometer is the median distance traveled by the cabs. So half of the cabs are traveling less than 141.66. Half of the cabs have traveled more than 141.66 kilometers. Correct? Okay, very good. Let's continue further. Now comes an interesting question, very simple. It is asked for 2 marks. That this can get a bit lengthy at times. We are supposed to solve this using Cramer's rule. So whenever we solve the question with the help of Cramer's rule, always remember, firstly we find out D. How do we get that? Just by taking the determinant of the coefficients of x and y. So this is minus 1, 4, 2, minus 3. Minus 1, 4, 2, minus 3. And how do we get this? Cross multiply. Minus 3 into 1. Minus 1, minus 3 into minus 1. Positive 3. Then minus 4 to the 8. So you get D as minus 5. Now once you take dx, this is very important. Once you take dx, keep your hand like this. Remove x. Then start with the right part first, that is on the RHS. 10 minus 1 and then 4 minus 3. Then again 10 into minus 3 minus 30. Then minus of minus 1 into 4, that is plus 4. So minus 26. And then take dy. For dy, put your hand on y. Write it as it is in order. In order. Minus 1, 2, 10, 1. I hope you are understanding this. Only in x what we do is, we write down C first and then this. This is called C. This is called B. This is called A. And then once you have the 3 values, you know the formula. Right? What is the formula for x? X is dx by d. Y is dy by d. Let us do that. So x is dx by d, that is minus 26 by minus 5, that is 26 by 5. Y is dy by d, minus 19 by minus 5, that is 19 by 5. So this is x, this is y, and that's it. You have got the solution. Even if you solve the same questions by simultaneous linear equations using elimination method, you're going to get the same answer. But because they are telling us to solve using Cramer's rule, we have done that. Perfect. Let's continue. So the next question says, find the discriminant and nature of roots and also find the roots by completing the square method. Okay, interesting. So find the discriminant. Discriminant is what? B square minus 4ac. So firstly, if I take this quadratic and if I compare it with ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, I get the value of a as 1, I get the value of b as 12, I get the value of c as 32. Let me write it down. Discriminant is b square minus 4ac. b square minus 4ac. 12 square minus 4 into 1 into 32. 12 square 144. 32 into 4 is 128. So 144 minus 128 is 16. 16 is greater than 0. What is that condition? Recall, whenever b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, we can say that the nature of roots are real and unequal. That means once we solve this, we are going to get 2 values of x. Those 2 values of x are going to be real numbers and they are going to be unequal as well. That means different. Okay. So completing the square method. What is the process? Okay. So this is not completing the square method. This they have solved it with the help of factorization method. See, this is factorization method. That's okay, no problem. We will solve it by completing the square method. How to do that? The easiest way is first step, shift the last term to the right hand side. Shift the last term to the right hand side. So you get x square plus 12x is equal to minus 32. Now, what you do is, you take half into coefficient of x, half into coefficient of x, and then square it. That is half into 12, the whole square, that is 6 square, that is 36. Now what you do is, you add 36 on both the sides, add 36 here, add 36 here. So you get x square plus 12x plus 36, and this gives you minus 32 plus 36. So this becomes x plus 6 the whole square. What you need to do is, once you add this, blindly write down the first number as it is, x here. 36 is square of what? 6. Write down 6 here. If you have x here, if you have 25 here, then x plus 5. Like that. Middle term will be automatically adjusted. You don't have to think about it. So this is equal to 36 minus 32 is 4. Now take square root on both the sides. So that gives you x plus 6 is equal to, what is square root of 4? Plus or minus 2. Now you get two values, right? What are the two values? X plus 6 is equal to 2, or x plus 6 is equal to minus 2. So if you take plus 6 on the other side, you get x is equal to 2 minus 6, that is minus 4. And here you get x is equal to minus 2 minus 6, that is minus 8. And that's it. That is your answer. I hope you have understood this. This is how you solve by completing the square method. If they tell you factorization method, do it by factorization method. If they tell you use the formula method, do it by formula method. Correct? Okay. Here is the next question. So it says, divide 160 into 4 parts such that all 4 parts are in AP and the sum of the first and last term is 70, and then find the AP. Now understand, I'll give you a hint. Whenever they say 3 numbers are in AP, please make a note of this. When they say 3 numbers are in AP, you take A minus D, A plus D. When they say 4 numbers are in AP, you generally take A minus 3D, A minus D, A plus D, A plus 3D. And if they give you 5 numbers are in AP, you take A minus 2D, A minus D. Okay, let me write down A minus 2D, A minus D, A plus D, A plus 2D. This is one of the ways of solving it. This is one of the ways of solving it. Please make a note of this. You can use this whenever they say 3 numbers, 4 numbers, 5 numbers. Here 4 numbers is given. We could have solved the problem with this. I want you to try with this. As of now, even if you take A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, that is also fine. But this makes the question more easier. You can give it a try. Okay, so these are the 4 parts of the AP and the sum of the first and the last term. So since we have A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D are the 4 parts of 160. They are the 4 parts of 160. That means what? Once I add all the 4 parts, I am going to get 160. So can I say A plus D plus A plus 2D plus A plus 3D is equal to 160. A is coming how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4A, D plus 2D, 3D, 3D plus 3D, 60. So can I say 4A plus 60 is equal to 160? Divide by 2. 2a plus 3d is equal to 80. Correct? This is your equation number 1. Now sum of the first and last. First and last. First is a, last is a plus 3d. Their sum is 70. So can I say here that a plus 2d is equal to 70. That is 2a plus 2d is equal to 70. Correct? So from here, can I say, see, if you have this equation with you handy, 2a plus 3d is equal to 80, right? So you already have 2a plus 3d is equal to 80. So can I say 2a will be equal to 80 minus 3d? You're just shifting 3d on the other side. And then you put the value of 2a over here. If you put the value of 2a over here, that is 80 minus 3d. You can see 80 minus 3d instead of 2a. You solve this. 80 minus d is equal to 70. And then d is equal to minus 10. Once you get the value of d as minus 10, you put the value of d over here. So 2a is equal to 80 minus 3 into minus 10. That is 80 plus 30. That is 110. 110 divided by 2 is 55. So the value of a is 55. Value of a is 55. Value of d is minus 10. You can easily find out all the 4 terms now. The second term is a plus d, that is 55 minus 10, 45. Then you'll get 35. And then that is the AP that you get. So did we get the AP? Yes, we got the AP. What is the first term? The first term is, so your final answer should look like this. AP is 55, first term. Second term is 45, then is 35, then is 25, and so on. So that is your AP. Clear, easy, simple, perfect. Okay. So question 3a contains 2 activity type questions. So there will be 2 questions of activity type. Each question will be of 3 marks now. So slightly bigger, but easy. So it says 60 shares of face value rupees 25 were purchased for market value of rupees 50. So company declared 50% dividend on the shares, then find the sum invested and find the dividend received. Then also find out the rate of return. So 1 mark for each. So firstly, what is given? 60 shares of face value of rupees 25 were purchased for market value of rupees 50. So face value is what? Face value is already given, rupees 25. What is the market value? The market value is rupees 50. Number of shares are 60. So what will be the invested sum? The invested sum will be 60 shares at the market value of 50, right? That is 50 into 60. 5 6 are 30. And then 2 zeros. That is 3000. Now what is the dividend received? So first part is done. So the dividend received, firstly, what is the dividend? The dividend per share is rupees 25, right? And 50%, the face value of the share is rupees 25. And what is the dividend? The dividend is 50%. That is 50 by 100. This gets cancelled. So 5 ones are, 5 twos are. So dividend per share is 12.5 rupees. Correct? So what will be total dividend? 12.5 rupees is dividend per share. Total shares, how many were there? 60. So 60 into 12.5, right? That is, you just do 125 into 6. That gives you 750. So 750 rupees is the dividend received. And then we are supposed to find out the rate of return. So the rate of return is going to be 750. 750 rupees is received. How much was invested? See, received amount by invested amount multiplied by 100. That is your rate of return. You received something, you invested something. You invested some money in the bank or in shares. You received something out of it. That is your profit basically. So that divided by the investment multiplied by 100. So this gets cancelled, 2 zeros, this gets cancelled, this gets cancelled, that is 25. So 25% is the return of investment. That's it. So we've got the answer. The rate of return is 25%. Okay. Now let's understand the question. So what is the face value of the share? The face value is rupees 25. What is the purchase value? That is market value. Market value is rupees 50. So whenever we buy a share, we buy it at the market value, right? So 60 shares were purchased at the market value. So investment will be how much? Face value is 25, market value is 50, number of shares is 60. So investment will be according to the market value, that is 60 multiplied by 50. 3000 rupees invested in shares. Now, dividend received. So dividend is received on the face value, not the market value. That is 50% of 25. So 50% of 25 is 12.5 rupees. But is 12.5 rupees the total dividend? No, because not only one share was purchased. How many shares were purchased? 60. So into 60. So can I say 750 rupees is the total dividend received? That means dividend is nothing but your kind of profit. That is the extra money that you are generating. So 750 rupees you generated at an investment of 3000. So what will be your rate of return? The rate of return will be 750 by 3000 multiplied by 100, and that is going to give you 25%. Clear? So 25% is the rate of return. Perfect. So let's continue further. The next question says a 2-digit number is to be formed from the digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Repetition of the digits is allowed. Find the probability that the number so formed is a prime number, composite number. Okay, two questions, prime number, composite number. So 2-digit number is to be formed from the digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we need to form a 2-digit number, and the condition is repetition is allowed. Very important term here, repetition is allowed. That means numbers like 11, 22, 33, 44 should be taken into consideration. 0, 0 we cannot take because that is not a 2-digit number, right? Okay, so see here, we start from 1, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Start from 2, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Start from 3, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Start from 4, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. Correct? Okay, so n of s will be how much? Okay, so you have to count that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Correct? 20. So 20 is the total number of elements basically. You can say n of s is 20. Now once you get n of s, now we are supposed to check for prime numbers. Now come on, you know what are the prime numbers from 10 to 44 in this particular scenario. So just write down all the prime numbers here. So 11, 13, 23, 31, 41, 43 are the prime numbers. How many prime numbers? 6 prime numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anyway, see, the difficult task they have already done. We just have to count and write. So it gets that easy. So what is the probability? The probability is 6 by 20. Whenever they're asking you for the final answer, they're asking you in the reduced form, divide by 2, that gives me 3. Divide by 2, that gives me 10. So the probability of event A is 3 by 10, which is the probability of getting a prime number. Composite number. So another event B is an event of getting composite numbers. So B should contain what? All the composite numbers there between 1 and 44 as per the condition. So 10, 12, 14, 20, 21, 22, 24, 30, 32, 33, 34, 40, 42, 44. Okay. N of B, again they're asking the total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Write down 14. Even if you don't count this and see this step, you can easily see that these are 14. So 14 divided by 20, you divide by 2, you get 7. You divide by 2, you get 10. 7 by 10 is the final answer. Very easy question. So if you see the solution to this, repetition is allowed. So this section was very important. 11, 22, 33, 44. Rest you know. N of s 20, prime number 6, probability 6 by 20, 3 by 10. This was the box. And then composite number, if you see, you had this, and then obviously in that you counted again 14. Again they asked you this part, you divided by 2 here, and 7 by 10 is the final answer. I hope this is clear to all of you. So now let's move on to section 3B, where you will be having 4 questions of 3 marks each. Okay, that means this section particularly carries 12 marks. So the question says, that is the first question, the table shows how many factories produce how many items. Find the mean of the items produced. So it's a simple and a straightforward question. In this question, we are supposed to find out the mean. So here we have the number of items produced. Here we have the number of factories, right? Okay, so number of items produced in the first column, number of factories in the second column, and we are supposed to find out. Okay, let me change the question. The question says find out the mode. This question is telling us to find out the mode. Okay, now if you see, there is a gap here, 161 to 165. Understand, 161 to 165, and then there is a break. It goes to 166 to 170. Again there is a break, that is 171 to 175. Now if you see, there is a gap of 1 here, 165 to 166, a gap of 1, 170 to 171, a gap of 1. So can I say, in such a scenario, we need to make this class continuous, right? Now how do we make it continuous? Whatever the break is, that is 1. There is a break of 1 here, because 165 minus 166 minus 165 is 1. You divide that by 2. 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. You subtract 0.5 here, you add 0.5 here. You subtract 0.5 here, you add 0.5 here. You subtract 0.5 here, you add 0.5 here. See, that is why you get 160.5. Subtract 0.5, 160.5. Add 0.5, 165.5. Subtract 0.5, 165.5. Add it, 170.5, and so on. So this is how you get, and this becomes a continuous class now. And then the corresponding frequency is given. So firstly, you'll find out the highest frequency for mode. Highest frequency. What is the highest frequency? The highest frequency is 19. So if the highest frequency is 19, can I say the modal class is this? This is what? This is the modal class. Correct? But can we take this? No, because we have to take the continuous class. So we will take this. And we will ignore this as of now. And just focus on this. This gives us the frequency of the modal class, which is F1. The previous frequency is called as F0. The next frequency is called as F2. And what is H? H is the difference over here. The difference is anyways 5, because 165.5 minus 160.5 is 5. Or you can take 180.5 minus 175.5, that is also 5. Now once you substitute the values, you put all the values over here, right, according to L, F1, F0 to F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. Solve it further, and the final answer that you get is 168.43. So 168.43 is what? It is the mode of the given data. Clear? Let's continue further. Okay. Now this is the next question. It says, if the area of a rectangle is given by the quadratic equation x square minus 15x plus 54 is equal to 0, find the length and width of the rectangle. Now here, please make a note that the length is greater than the width. Okay. The area of the rectangle is given by x square minus 15x plus 54 is equal to 0. That means a quadratic equation is already given to us. What we can do is we can split the middle term. So minus 15 can be written as minus 9 minus 6, because minus 9 minus 6 is minus 15 and this is plus 54. So take x common, you get x minus 9, minus 6 common, x minus 9. So you get x minus 9, x minus 6 is equal to 0. So you get x is equal to 9 and x is equal to 6. Correct? X is equal to 9, x is equal to 6. These are the two values of x. So definitely here we can say that the length is greater than the width. So definitely the length of the rectangle is 9. And what is the width of the rectangle? The width of the rectangle is 6. What was the question? The question was find the length and the width of the rectangle. So see, such a simple question is asked in the exam where all we needed to do is factorize and find out the two values of x here. Simple. Perfect. Let's continue. So the next question says, solve the following simultaneous equations and find the value of x and y. Now if you see, whenever we solve the simultaneous equations where x and y are there in the denominator, basically that is as good as 1 by x and 1 by y. So always replace 1 by x and replace 1 by y with some other variable, say a and b, or any other variable of your choice. Let us see what they have done here. So 4 by x minus 1 by y is equal to 3 and 2 by x plus 3 by y is equal to minus 2. Okay, we have taken a and b. That's your choice. Just don't take x and y, take any other variable. So this becomes 4a minus 1b is equal to 3. Right, 4a minus 1b is equal to 3. 1b is b. And this becomes 2a plus 3b is equal to minus 2. Now you can solve these two simultaneously just by multiplying equation 1 by 3, right? So if I multiply equation 1 by 3, I get 12a minus 3b is equal to 9. How? I'm multiplying this by 3. 3 4s are 12. This is 3b and this becomes 9. And then you already have equation 2. You can add both of them now. Now once you add both of them, what will happen? These two will get cancelled. And then ultimately you are going to get 14a is equal to 7. So what will be a? A will be equal to 7 by 14. 7 by 14 is 1 by 2. Now you put the value of a in equation 1. So equation 1 was 4a minus b is equal to 3, right? This was the equation. 4a minus b is equal to 3. So a is what? A is 1 by 2. So this becomes 2 minus b is equal to 3. So b is equal to 2 minus 3. B is equal to minus 1. Now we got the value of a, now we got the value of b. But that is not our final answer. We need value of x and y. A is what? A is 1 by x. A is 1 by x. So 1 by x is 1 by 2. So x will be 2. B is 1 by y. So y will be minus 1. So x is 2. Y is minus 1. That's it. You got the values of x and y. Simple and easy. Okay. Let's have a look at a new question now. Interesting question. It says, prove that a square, b square, c square are in AP if a by b plus c, b by c plus a and c by a plus b are in AP. So these are already in AP. We are supposed to prove that a square, b square, c square are in AP. Always remember, whenever the numbers are in AP, that means the difference between the consecutive terms is same. So here these numbers are in AP. We are supposed to prove that a square, b square, c square are in AP. So can I say, if I am supposed to prove a square, b square, c square in AP, I need to prove that b square minus a square is equal to c square minus b square. Correct? Now what is given? This is already given. They are in AP. So second term minus first term is equal to third term minus second term. You can cross multiply. If you cross multiply, b into b plus c minus a into c plus a by c plus a into b plus c is equal to c into c plus a minus b into a plus b by c into a plus b. You solve that further. B into b, b square, b into c, bc, minus a into c, ac, minus a into a square, that is minus a square by the way. This is c into c, c square, this is ac, this is minus ab, this is minus b square. Now once you solve it further, correct? This is what you get. You can take b minus a common. You can take b minus a common, you get a plus b plus c. From here you can take c minus b common, you get a plus b plus c. A plus b plus c is going to get cancelled, right? This a plus b plus c is going to get cancelled. Now once you cross multiply, you get b minus a into a plus b is equal to c minus b into b plus c. Again open the brackets, you get b square. After opening the brackets and cancellation, of course, you get b square minus a square is equal to c square minus b square. So once you get this, can I say that second term minus first term is equal to third term minus second term? That means all the three terms are in AP now. That is a square, b square, c square are in AP. Clear? This is basic math. Make sure that you don't make mistake in the signs. Otherwise, you are never going to get this step. Okay. Perfect. Now the new question says, the table below shows the height of children in a class. We're supposed to draw a frequency polygon. So we're going to draw a frequency polygon for this particular chart. So the height is given in centimeters, suppose, and this is the number of children. Okay, so frequency polygon, if you remember, something like this, right? Which is nothing but the joining the midpoints of the histogram. Not compulsory to draw a histogram, but that is how the ideology comes from it. Height is given, number of children are given. The height is given, number of children are given. These two columns as it is. This column as it is, this column as it is. How do we find out class mark? Class mark is lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. That is 120 plus 126 divided by 2. Correct? The middle number basically. That is 226 divided by 2. 246 divided by 2, that is 123. In the middle of this is 129. In the middle of this is 135. In the middle of this is 141. Correct? So what do you have? You have the height. You have the number of children. You have the class mark now. Now you will get the coordinates to plot the coordinates so that you can draw the frequency polygon. So you have 123, 12. Then you have 129, 15. Then you have 135, 11. You have 141, 8. Now you need to take the scale on the x-axis and y-axis carefully, because on the x-axis the numbers are bigger, on the y-axis the numbers are smaller. So have a look at this. So you can start with this and plot the numbers accordingly. Here you have 123, 12, right? So let me check once again. 123, 12. Then you have 129 here in the middle, 15. Then you have 135 and 11. And then if you see 141, 8. 141 and 8. Okay. This graph could have been better. Rather than taking 8 and 122 there, I'm just suggesting you how you can draw it. Okay, this gives us a fair idea how the polygon is going to look like. But ideally it should have been like this. 0 here, right? Then scale is over here. So definitely you can go with say 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 and so on. That's how you can go. Then you can have a kink here, because we're directly starting from 100. We're not starting from 0 to 10, 10 to 20. We're skipping from 0 to 100. Then you start by 100. Understand? Then you start by 100. Then 110. Then 120. Then 130. Then 140 and so on. And then you can move to the given numbers. This is also you can do. Or else, if this does not suit you well, and go like this. Take 120, then 122, then 124, then 126, but then you have to go up to 140. So once you have this part as 121 and 13, so 121 and 13, so we need 14 here. So it will come somewhere over here. Anyways, it is going to look like this only later. Something like this. So that doesn't matter. But make sure that you ideally go with 0 and then draw it. Clear? Okay, let's continue further. Okay, now this is an interesting question. This is based on linear equations in two variables. So it says a boat travels 8 km upstream and 12 km downstream in 3 hours. The same boat travels 18 km upstream and 24 km downstream in 10 hours. Find the speed of the water current and speed of the boat. So this is the water current, correct? And this is the boat, correct? Upstream means what? If the water is flowing in this direction, this is the direction of water. If the water is flowing in this direction and if the boat is flowing in the opposite direction, this is called as upstream. So bit of a struggle for the boat to move forward because it's against the water. And if the water is flowing in this direction and boat is also moving in this direction, that is downstream. So that is why if you see, it will always take more time for upstream and it will take less time for downstream. So it says a boat travels 8 kilometers upstream and 12 kilometers downstream in 3 hours. So see, upstream it will be a bit of a struggle, downstream you will come fast. The distance is increased. Similarly, the same boat travels 18 kilometers upstream and 24 kilometers downstream in 10 hours. We are supposed to find out the speed of the water current and speed of the boat in still water. So definitely here two values we are supposed to find out. So let the speed of the water current and speed of the boat. We are taking speed of the boat as x kilometer per hour and speed of the water current as y kilometer per hour. So what happens? Boat and water current. Boat and water current. So whenever there is upstream, the speed of the boat and the speed of the water current is cancelled. That means speed of the water current will be subtracted from the speed of the boat, right? And in downstream what will happen? Because there is a push from behind, the speeds will increase. Both the speeds are going to increase because see, if someone pushes you from behind, you'll go faster, right? So same thing is happening here. The water is pushing the boat with its own speed. Its speed is y, the boat's speed is x, so the total speed will be x plus y. And in upstream what will happen? We are going like this, water is coming like this. So the water's speed will be subtracted from our speed. So that will be x minus y. So speed of the boat upstream is x minus y, speed of the boat downstream is x plus y. What is time given by? Time is distance by speed, correct? So the time taken by boat to travel 8 kilometers upstream, 8 kilometer upstream will be 8 by x minus y, and 12 kilometers downstream will be 12 by x plus y, correct? So can I say the total time is 3. So 12 by x plus y plus 8 by x minus y is equal to 3. This is downstream, this is upstream, total time is 3 hours. Going and coming back you can say. Same thing here, 18 by x minus y plus 24 by x plus y. So 18 by x minus y plus 24 by x plus y is equal to 10. Correct? Now, what we can do is we can consider 1 by x minus y as a and 1 by x plus y as b, and then you get two equations, right? See, basically what we are doing is we are taking 1 by x minus y as a, so this becomes 8a, this becomes 12b. So 8a plus 12b is equal to 3. And this becomes 18a plus 24b is equal to 10. Now you can solve these two linear equations simultaneously and then you can easily find out the values of a and b, correct? So you can multiply equation 1 by 2, that gives you 16a plus 24b is equal to 6, correct? And then you can subtract the two equations. Once you subtract them, this gets cancelled. You get 2a is equal to 4, so a is equal to 2, right? And once you get the value of a as 2, you can substitute the value of a over here to get the value of b. Now once you substitute, over here you get 8 into 2 plus 12 into b. We are putting it in equation 1. I hope you remember what is equation 1. You can go and check back here. Here we are putting a. And then solve it. So 8 into 2 plus 12b, 8 to the 16, 16 plus 12b is equal to 3, 16 goes on the other side, so b will be equal to minus 13 by 12. That is 1 by x minus y is equal to 2, so 2x minus 2y is equal to 1, and then x minus y will be nothing but 1 by 2. This is of a, if you remember. A is what? 1 by x minus y. So from here we get x minus y is equal to 1 by 2. Okay, so once you have x minus y is equal to 1 by 2, now what you can do is, you can take b is equal to minus 13 by 12. So that is minus 13x minus 13y is equal to 12. And then you solve the two equations simultaneously, right? You solve the two equations simultaneously and then you will easily get out the values of x and y. And once you get the values of x and y is nothing but the speed of the water and the speed of the boat, right? Speed of the water current and the speed of the boat. That is how you can find out. Okay, let's continue with the next question. It says, a card is drawn at random from a pack of 52 cards. Find the probability that the card drawn is an ace card, a red card, multiples of 4. Okay, 3 questions. So firstly, how many cards are there? 52. So can I say n of s is 52? Number of elements in the sample space is 52. Now, we are supposed to draw an ace card. So how many ace cards are there? Can I say there are 4 ace cards? But before that, the total number of cards, if you see, are 52, out of which 13 are heart, 13 are diamond, 13 are spade, 13 are club. Correct? So firstly, we need to find out ace cards. Anyways, this information is not that needed. So ace card. There are 4 ace cards. When I say ace cards, the card that has A written on it. There are 4, 1 of each, right? That is 1 of heart, 1 of diamond, 1 of spade, 1 of club. So this is very simple. So there are 4 ace cards, 1 of each type. So can I say n of A is 4 if A is an event? Then what will be the probability of event A? Probability of event A will be 4 by 52. 4 by 52 is nothing but 1 by 13. So 1 by 13 is nothing but the probability of getting an ace card. Now the probability of getting a red card. Obviously 52 cards are divided into 2 types, black card and red card. So red cards are 26. So can I say B is an event of getting a red card? So the probability of getting red card is nothing but 26 by 52, right? 26 by 52 is 1 by 2, half. So this probability is half. This is 1 by 13. Multiples of 4. Now this is interesting. Multiples of 4. Understand. So multiples of 4 means what? The cards bearing number 4 and the cards bearing number 8. Because above 10, you anyways have jack, king, queen and ace if you want to consider. So 4 and 8. So 4, a number bearing 4, there are 4 cards, and the number bearing 8, there are 4 cards, isn't it? So can I say the multiples of 4 are 4 and 8, and each of them are 4 cards each. So 4 plus 4 is nothing but 8. So what is the probability of the event of getting multiples of 4? That is nothing but 8 by 52, right? It's anyways given over here, 8 by 52. 8 by 52 is nothing but, if I divide this by 4, this is 13, this is 2. 2 by 13. correct? Okay. So now let us move on to question number 5. This is the last type of question. So question number 5 contains two questions carrying 4 marks each. That means the weightage of this is 10 marks. So let us see the first question. The question says, Sudha purchased 100 shares of market value 50 rupees. The brokerage paid at the rate of 0.75% and rate of GST on the brokerage is 18%. Find the total amount he paid for the share purchase. Very simple and straightforward question. So Sudha purchased 100 shares and what is the market value per share? 50 rupees. So can we find out the total investment? So the total investment or total value you can say of the 100 shares is going to be 50 multiplied by 100. That is 5,000 rupees is invested. What is the brokerage paid? The brokerage is paid at the rate of 0.75%. So that is 0.75% of 50. Correct? So what is the brokerage paid? This gets cancelled. Solve it further, you get 0.375. Now, what will be the cost of 100 shares? The cost of 100 shares is going to be 50 rupees is the cost of the share, market value of the share. The brokerage paid per share is 0.375. So total will become 50.375 multiplied by 100. That is 5,037 rupees 0.5. Correct? So this is the cost of the 100 shares. Now, what will be the brokerage on 100 shares? The brokerage on the 100 shares is going to be 100 into 0.375. Correct? That is 37.5 rupees. And obviously, if you see 5,037.5 and 5,000, if you subtract these two values, anyways, you're going to get 37.5 rupees. So even if we did not take this step and come to this, we would have got that. 37.5 rupees is added extra here. Now, there is GST also on the brokerage. So let us find out the GST, that is 18%. So 18% of GST is on the brokerage, not only overall value or market value. Brokerage is 37.5. So 18% on 37.5, that gives you 6.75. So 6.75 you will add there as well. So can I say the final value will be 5037.5 plus 6.75, that is 5044.25 rupees. In simple language, firstly we found out the actual price of 50 shares, that is 5,000 rupees. We got 5,000 rupees, right? After that, we calculated that 0.75 is the brokerage. So 0.75 of 5,000, we got 37.5 rupees, that is 37 rupees 50 paise. Then we calculated 18% of GST on the brokerage, and that is what we got, 6.75. And once you add this, finally you got 5044.25. So if you see, this 44 rupees 25 paise was the extra amount on 5,000, which includes the brokerage and GST on brokerage. Correct? Okay, let's have a look at a new question. One last question. It says, there is a square lawn inside a circular shaped garden. So we have circular shaped garden, and then inside that there is a square lawn. You can see there is a circle, inside that there is a square. The radius of the circle is 7 centimeter. The radius is how much? 7 centimeter. The side of the square is 4 centimeter. So this is 4, and the radius of the circle, even if I take it like this, it is 7. If you throw a pebble, find the probability that the pebble falls in the circular garden region. That is, what is the probability that the pebble falls over here in the circular region and not in the square region? So definitely we are talking about the area. So we'll find out the area of the circle. We'll find out the area of the square. We'll subtract the area of the square from the area of the circle. Whatever value we get, that value divided by the total circle will give us the probability. Correct? So here there is a square lawn inside the garden. So firstly, what is the radius of the circle? Radius of the circle is 7 centimeter. Side of the square is 4 centimeter. what will be area of the square? If the area of square will be side square. So this will be 16, right? That is 16 square centimeter, the inner part. Now if I talk about the area of the entire circle, area of the circle is given by pi r square. That is 22 by 7 into 7 into 7. That is 144. So this entire area is 154. Not 144, 154. This area is 4 into 4, 16. So what is the probability? The remaining part will be what? Can I say the remaining area? This. Remaining area will be 138 square centimeter. Now if the pebble falls there, that is fine. So that is 138 out of what? Out of the total area 154. So the probability will be 138 by 154. That is 69 by 77. So you can analyze it like this, that if I throw a pebble 77 times, 69 times it will fall on the circular part, and the another 8 times maybe, yeah, 8 times it can fall inside the square. So that was a sample paper of Maths 1 for you. I hope you enjoyed the session with me. In the next session, we are also going to deal with part 2 for mathematics, that is geometry. See you in the next session. Until then, keep learning with Top Scholars. Thank you. Bye-bye.